right, showtime. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Late Night Juice Podcast. I am your host, the Radical Alex, and this is my co-host.
Chibi.
Yay!
I didn't realize we were finishing each other's sandwiches like that.
I don't know. I just thought I'd fucking throw you the ball, and you just kind of stood there and let it hit your head.
I don't know what to say, boss. What do you want from me?
So it's our first time doing this. It's gonna be a little rough, but I say we're just gonna nose dive right into it. We're gonna start with an introduction. Would you like to go first, Shibi?
Of course. I am Chibi. I have been a content creator and a VTuber for 4 years. And a VR chat content creator, obviously. There's not really much to say. I'm from Australia. Yeah. Unfortunately, very chronically Australian. And yeah, and I met Alex about a year and a half ago.
That's all? That's all you got? My turn?
That's all I got, boss. That's all I got. I'm a very interesting guy.
I didn't mean it like it wasn't enough. I was just like, like, how do I say, like, you done yet? But that sounds rude too. My turn. Okay, let's see. I'm Alex, and I'm from Florida in America. I've been playing VR chat been playing for like 5 years. I didn't start content until say like roughly 2 years ago is when I started content. And yeah, I would say I met Shibi like a year and a half ago. It's about to be a year and a half ago, I would say. Very interesting. I didn't think we'd be here right now making a podcast together. Let alone I never thought we'd be like buddies like the way we are now. So yeah, timing's interesting like that. Expect the unexpected. Yeah. I was nervous the first time I met you. And then I just like like you know like when you have to tune in and tune out of like how do you call it, like social interaction, social mode, right? Like you're like, dude, I had to kickstart my social battery so hard that day. I think I went pretty hard that day because we got along pretty quickly after we.
I thought you were great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, funny. There's something I haven't told you. I actually forgot to tell you, like roughly about like when I met you.
Okay.
Because I thought, like, you know how I be collabing with like anyone.
Right.
Like I don't really need to know them that well. As long as like we're mutuals, I'll be like down to collab and stuff.
Right.
I remember I told you a certain collab I had that made me like really uncomfortable. You probably know the one I'm talking about.
Yes, you told me this one. Yes.
That one. It was funny. You actually asked me to collab like right after that. And I was kind of in that phase of like, I don't know, boss. I feel a little bit uncomfortable collabing with people I don't know that well.
That's so funny.
But then like collabing with you, I was like, I guess it ain't that bad. I was actually
dude, I jumped on the last fucking chopper out of Nam, dude.
Yeah, literally. You untraumatized me real quick, dude. If I had another bad experience, I probably wouldn't have ever clubbed again.
Yeah, I remember that because my logic to reach out to you was like, you followed me back, and I was like, no way, fucking Shibi follows me back, because obviously you'd been doing content way longer than I have on VR chat and everything. So before I whatever, fuck off. but like before I fucking started content, like I had seen your content maybe for like a year or two before I started. Wait, no, you started in 2022, right?
Yeah.
Or 2021. 2022, right?
2022, early 2022. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been watching you for like a year and a half, I believe. And I was like, like, this is a weird perspective to think about, right? Because, like, I think it's actually very easy to, like, meet most VR chat content creators. At least, like, within our circle, right? Because I thought it was, like, how do I word this? Oh, I'm so glad we can edit. I
thinking.
Like, obviously looked up to you, and I was like, oh, they're so funny. I love their content. I remember like seeing like Oshi's like animations early on, and like a bunch of people, and then so yeah, whatever. I started making my own content eventually, and it's kind of like a Wild West when you start. You don't know what to do, or you kind of just gotta. At least what I did was I would just make stuff. I'm like, let me just make stuff, and then slowly get the hang of it.
Right.
And then later down the line, I was small but starting to get a following, and you followed me back, and I was like, oh my god, dude, Shibi followed me back. That's crazy. I must be doing something right. Like, I guess. And then because you followed me, I was like, well, I've seen you do collabs with other people, so I'm like, and I guess I got the confidence to ask other content creators that were, I don't know, there's like a list of things that I'll follow. It was either like read the room and see like, do they collab with other people that are like outside of their circle? Does that make sense? And like make sure it wouldn't be a reach, but like, because it was never a fear of like being shy. It was more like, okay, okay, so like I collaborated with Mop, and if you remember like 2 years ago, Mop had an era where he would collab with like every other video was a collab with people at least for me in my POV, right? Like people I'd never met. And I was like, okay, so I got comfortable collaborating with Mop, which helped me get more comfortable asking other people. And at least every time I asked someone, no one ever said no. And then I ended up asking you because you followed me back. That would be the other rule. Like they would have to be following me for me to be like, okay, I'll ask them only if they're following me back. So I asked you, and you're like, sure, why not? And then the rest is history. We did a skit, and it was we started talking about fucking mayonnaise and like
wait, hold on. I want to know. Whose collab did you see me do with that you were like, oh, okay, like they do collabs with people?
It was.
I don't know who I was collabing with at the time. Might have been like Life.
It was so long ago. Yeah, that's a good question because like I don't think you collaborated with as many newer people like Mop, but I don't know. I use the logic of like you followed me and I see you do collabs with other content creators, so maybe I'll shoot my shoot and ask her if she wants to collab, and like it worked. That was my logic, right? Because and not in a bad way towards Mop, but like in that era, like 2 years ago when Mop was like collaborating with like literally everyone. You remember those days, right? And I think that's kind of what helped me like, like I said, like got me comfortable asking people to collaborate, if and only if they were following me first, and then I'd be like, okay, let me shoot my shoot, because I'm not gonna.
It never hurts to ask, bro.
Right, and then and then we weren't close after that collab. We just had a really good interaction, and I pitched you this video idea I had back in the day, which I still want to do, but I'm not in the groove of making long form videos. But I made the one interview video a while ago, so I'm like, okay, maybe let me get back into it. But the idea I had at the time was the fucking mayonnaise video, because I thought it'd be so outlandish and random. This is one of my
favorite interactions with you. Yes.
And I was like, because you were so like silly and your energy was like inviting, where I'm like, I think I can. Let me. I just immediately like I went mask off and I was like, I'm just not gonna give a fuck and like just whatever, right? And I was like, so I had this idea for like, obviously I think something led up to it. I didn't just like raw dog straight into asking this insane question, but I was like, I'm making this video where like, I'm asking people like, what's the weirdest thing people put mayonnaise on? And one of the things that like, one of the people I was originally going to interview was Reika, because what got me thinking of this originally was Reika was like, oh, back in high school, she would dip, what was it, celery in mayonnaise, and I was like, what? I've like never fucking heard of that. And she's like, yeah, me and my girlfriends used to do it in high school all the time. I'm like, I know people do that with like ranch, but like I've never heard mayonnaise. And then it got me thinking like, okay, because people either find mayonnaise disgusting, they're very neutral about it, or they have some really weird things they like to put mayonnaise on. So then I ask you, and if I recall, you said you put fucking mayonnaise on spaghetti, and I'm like, I need you. I was like, I need you, dude.
You didn't know who you were messing with. I love mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise.
I was like, I was not familiar with your game, Shivi.
You are not. I love mayonnaise.
Oh my god. I really do want to make that video one day. Like, I think that'd just be a funny topic, especially because, like, we know so many people from different parts of the world. It'd be interesting to, like, get a good variety of, like, different, be like, I don't know, maybe opinions are different depending on where you are. Because I was talking about the celery mayo thing, and some of my friends are like, dude, maybe it's a JP thing. I'm like, no, it's got to be a fight. Like, Reika sometimes has their little quirks. Maybe it's a Reika thing. I went to Japan back in November, remember? And I went to a fucking bar, and they sold fucking celery, and they like bar food, and it came with like mayo dipping mayo.
Are you serious?
Yes, and I was like, wait,
this
maybe
is like
this
a
isn't-
normal thing, like,
So I'm like-
celery and mayo.
Yeah, I guess so.
Actually, you know what? I feel like I've seen that over here. I don't know.
I've never seen that in the States, at least. I've never seen that in the States. So as an American, I was like, this is fucking crazy. What the fuck? And honestly, it wasn't bad.
Americans will have 3 liters of cola, but they won't have. They see they see celery and mayo, and they're like, "It's insane! I can't take it anymore."
Revolutionary, unbelievable. But it really was fucking weird, you know? But then it's like, there's so many other things I like. I remember there was one other person that had like a really interesting like things they put mayo on. Oh, okay. Where this actually started, Reiko was like the second thing where I'm like, I can make a video about this. But where the discussion truly started is because I put mayonnaise on hot dogs. And my whole life, people are like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with
That's
you?
weird.
That's not
That's
weird.
weird.
Ketchup, mustard,
No, that
mayo.
is weird though.
But you put those on a sandwich. Why couldn't you put it on a hot dog? Like, I don't think that's fucking weird. It's
I don't know, man. It's just not hot dog stuff. But I would as well. But it's weird. People would think that we're weird for that.
right, but I think the ratio of how weird people find it versus how weird it actually is like, it just doesn't make, like, people are like, really? Like, I understand, like, you know, you don't like mayonnaise.
I think it's traditionally weird.
It's disgusting. Maybe, because there's an episode. I don't know if in Australia or if you're familiar with this American sitcom called The King of Queens with Kevin James.
Yeah, you know, I love that show. Yeah.
I love King of Queens, dude. I used to watch it all the time with my dad. And there's an episode where fucking Doug Heffernan, like, he's at a stadium or something, I think, and he puts like mayo on his hot dog, and he bumps into a lady, and she gets her shirt dirty, and she's more concerned about like who puts mayonnaise on their hot dog. And like, I saw that episode when I was like 10, 11 years old, and my whole life I'm just like, I'll be washing my face, looking myself in the mirror before going to bed, and I'm like, what did she mean by this? Dude, am I weird? What's wrong with me? What do you mean? And you know what's funny? Because my dad, like, I get some of my eating habits, not all of them, but like my fascination for like mayo and stuff like that from my dad, because if I watch my dad do something, I'm like, cool, I'm going to do the same thing. It's like every time I go to Subway, well, if I do, I don't really go to Subway anymore, but or if I get a sandwich done, because when I grew up with my dad, I'd watch him make a sandwich, and he'd be like, this, that, oil, salt, pepper, vinegar. And I'd be like, oil, salt, pepper, vinegar. So I'd fucking copy that. And if I go to Wawa, I get oil, salt, pepper, vinegar. Every sandwich I make, it makes it fucking good.
Whatever. Now at Wawa, oh my goodness.
So I would, like, see him always put mayo on hot dog. I didn't think it was weird. And then, like, you know what's funny? We watched that episode together, and we, like, looked at each other at the dinner table like, that's not weird, is it? It's like, what? So it's just fascinating.
With your hot dogs doused in mayonnaise, like,
But I don't know. It's just like, it's such a dumb, wacky conversation that, like, who has the fucking balls to just like go up to someone and be like, what's a good conversation starter? Hi, how's the weather? How's your day been? Like, how did you do this? Or like, what was your first blah, 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 you know? No, our first interaction after doing our skit was like, what's the weirdest thing you put mayonnaise on? And it worked.
And I think that's exactly what I appreciated so much about it, was because, like I said, the interaction that I had earlier, and like most collabs with like creators that I don't know, this is not like to be like, how dare you be antisocial? It's completely fine.
Right.
But you were like the first like person that I didn't know at all that like was able to like hold a conversation that was like not just like So what's the weather like over in Australia? Like not like it was something beyond that,
Right.
like something like really wacky and silly. And I was like, oh my god, like what a breath of fresh air, you know?
I think I know what you mean because it's like how do I say it? It's a combination of like shy people, but it's also a combination of like it's business. Like some people are gonna collab with you, and maybe not always, but like maybe they just want to go and make their content and like maybe they're not expecting to hold a conversation. They're already too worried about like being shy and overthinking about doing the collab and stuff, which I've had with a lot of people.
Their head off the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people don't expect like a friendship to bloom out of like a simple collab, you know, which is why I also enjoyed like collaborating with new people because it's like I can, you know, it's business, get my content out there, see if I can match the vibe with this person, maybe, and if I really liked collaborating with them, I would like go back and do it again, which is why like I always collaborate with Isaac, Toast when we can, you obviously, we've been doing it more and more because we just it works. It works the vibe. But then there's something magical that sometimes happens when you collaborate with someone you don't know or haven't as much, and you get closer with them through like collaborations. I mean, a lot of the friends I've made in VR chat are from doing skits, collabs, and stuff. Like, there's even people that like don't even make content anymore, or like short form content, TikToks, whatever, that used to in that like 2 year ago prime of like, you remember we had that like explosion of like a bunch of people trying it out, which was cool. It was cool to see. And there's a lot of people I'm still friends with now that would make that, whether like when they were trying it out and then like whether or not they don't do it or not. I still, but point is I made a lot of friends through that, so it was cool. It's just nice you can like make a lot of friends through VR chat content creation because it's
I'm listening, but I generally just forgot that we never said the name of the podcast.
I said the Late Night Juice podcast.
The Late Night Juicebox?
Do you want to call it that? I just said the Late Night Juice podcast right now.
Oh, we're not going with that?
I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
Okay, I see. It's still up in the air. We'll see then.
I'm still up in the air. Yeah, we don't have official art for it, so we can always change it if we need to, right?
I like Late Night Juicebox. I like it.
Late Night Juice. To be fair, I did say the Late Night Juice podcast, so it's not the official name. I just said it is technically the Late Night Juice podcast, but we could call it Juicebox, you know? What if we say fuck it?
I see. Okay, I didn't hear that.
What if we actually say fuck it? Like, who's gonna stop us from naming it Juicebox?
That's what I think. Oh well. Oh wait. Wait. Wasn't that?
Because it was another channel, but
I want to talk about that, Loki.
You do? You want to?
I kind of do.
Let's do it.
I think it's funny because we want to. We're still up in the air about the name of the podcast, and we want to go for the simplistic route and call it Juicebox, right?
Right.
But when we did research, obviously, because you got to find out if someone owns the name of that podcast name, and there is something called the Juicebox podcast. But it's very not similar to what we make, I guess you could say. It's like a diabetes awareness podcast with like thousands of episodes, and we were like, I
was like, who stole this fucking banger name? But also like, I want to know who's like fucking like they're on the fucking train of New York, and they're just like they have their headphones in, they're dozing off listening to their fucking diabetes podcast. It's just a niche thing, you know? It's just like,
yeah.
What is wonder what prompts someone to be like, let's start a podcast about diabetes. Like, and how many episodes can you make about that? That's like, fascinating, huh? I don't know. It was just
Yes.
Anyways,
Diabetes.
Yes, diabetes. I'm just fascinated and confused how there is a dedicated podcast about diabetes called the Juicebox, and I was like, damn.
I understand how there could be YouTube channels about it, but a podcast which uploads daily.
I'm sure it's great. I just can't imagine like getting off work and being like, it's showtime, and you're like, Jeffrey, what's the rush, Jeffrey? He's like, I gotta go home and do my podcast. Oh, you have a podcast? What it's about? about diabetes. It's like, oh my,
It's about my high cholesterol and my diabetes, baby.
I just
Alright.
like,
But,
I
yeah.
don't know.
We wanna have a name. We don't know yet.
Maybe
We might go with late night juice box. I think it's nice.
late night juice box. That was our way around it.
Yeah.
It's like, what if we call it the late night juice box, but its shortened way is juice box, so we're technically not stealing.
Or just LNJ box or juice box. Exactly.
But we're
I think that
also
works.
a VR chat podcast, so we're also just as niche as they are. So it's like, does it matter at the end of the day? There's no fucking, what do you call it?
Okay. Maybe one day we'll collab with the juice box. Diabetes.
You're like, yes, I do like dumping my fucking donuts in mayo, and I do have an addiction, and I'm trying to actively stop.
Exactly.
So I don't fucking... My cholesterol is awful.
No, I don't got it. I know, but I'm sure we have a lot in common with the way we eat.
Did you you see the other day when I was going through a lot of old videos, and I found that video of me from 2020, like scarfing a Krispy Kreme donut in one bite? Did you like that video?
Oh, yes.
Were you proud of me? Or
Of course.
is it just like whatever?
I don't remember it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it loaded for me. I think I was trying to load it, and I was like, it's not loading.
I don't think it's that impressive if it's a Krispy Kreme glazed donut, because they like kind of melt in your mouth, so you can just kind of just shove the whole thing in your mouth.
I think whatever you're capable of back there, you can do now 20 times better. So in Japan, you can scoff down like an entire box of Krispy Kreme donuts in front of me, and I'll record it.
Be like, wow, sugoi. Yeah, I've actually eaten a whole dozen donuts in one go, and I regretted it so much, dude. I felt sick. I didn't feel like sick, like hot girl tummy ache sick. I just felt like, dude, I feel nauseous, dude. I think it was too much sugar and like too much empty calories in one fucking go, dude. That's 12 glazed donuts. I just did it because I wanted to see if I could do it. I can eat a lot.
Throw up, I'll hold your hair back. Oh,
if I had hair. You gotta use the plunger on me.
Okay. True. By the way, we're going to Japan in 3 months.
I was gonna segue into that. Yes. Me and Shibi are going to Japan with a few friends. Do we want to? Is that a surprise to name drop who else is going with us, or should we keep it a surprise? Because the public,
we'll keep it a secret, boss.
The public doesn't know who else we're going with. I've mentioned 2 friends that I'm going to Japan with you, but I've been really.
Same. I can't shut up about it. But...
I can't either, dude. I'm going to Japan with Shibi. Did you know I'm going to Japan with Shibi? Like, wow, that's cool.
Wow, honey, that's great.
Oh my god, dude! There's so much I want to do in Japan, and like, it's my second time going, and I'm so excited, dude. We have a few things on the checklist. We do want to grab ramen with Reika, which is will guarantee happen.
Yes.
Get over the fact that you fucking every time you burp, it sounds like a sheep or a goat.
They call me the goat for a reason, by the way.
Dude.
Oh my God. And we're gonna go see Yossi as well.
Well, we are gonna see Yossi. I told her we grab a beer with her, and she was like,
"Oh, yes, beers with Yossi,
she's like,
noodles with Reika." So guys,
I can't get over the fact that the last Apple we went to, Rika's like, who the hell has the backlit bit bookie mic? And I'm like, that's fucking Yossi, motherfucker.
That was funny.
For reference, this is very out of context. For people that don't know Apple or Yossi, Psytrance event, DJ event run by Yossi and Waha on the JP side of VR chat. Yossi is a good friend of mine, one of the OG inspirations for me getting into DJing, and very, very open, friendly community, and I think Yossi specifically, because you go to Apple, it's all Japanese people, and a lot of them don't speak English, but they're very welcoming. They're just, vibing, good people. Yossi, fucking, on top of barely speaking English, she uses a very heavily filtered what would you call it? Like a voice filter. And it's very like robotic.
Yeah, like.
But it's definitely like, because it's not like, oh damn, this bitch's mic is bad. It's like no, it's like on purpose. She like it's like a part of her persona, I guess. It's
character. It's character.
But I love it, dude. Because the thing is, if you're at a Apple and you know Yossi's there, because you can hear from a mile away the fucking with the fucking you know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
I do. I met her now. Wow.
Oh, dude, she's great. Did I tell you when I went to Japan in November, the first day I arrived, they were doing an IRL Apple event. So I got lucky that it landed around that time, but I got there late because first I landed, then because we landed I think at like 4, and the event started at 6, and I was like, okay, or something like that. So we get there, try to figure out how to get to our hotel, try to figure out the trains to get to the fucking hotel, try to figure out the hotel because my dad was being a cheapskate, and he's like, I got a room for 2 people, but we're gonna squeeze 4. And I'm like, Dad, please don't do that to these poor Japanese people, dude. And they knew immediately. They're like, so what are these 2 people doing here? Oh, they're waiting on a friend. And they're like, hey, hontoni? I'm like, oh, we're fucked, dude. They think we're assholes, dude. So we had to buy a second room because my dad's like, I guess they left them here because they weren't gonna let us go up there. They're like, no, you can't go up to the room if you don't have like a ticket. And I was like, my parents were so cultured shocked and like trying to do American Weasley stuff. I'm like, stop, you can't do that. Like, even just inviting someone to your room, you can't really do that, or at least they weren't trusting us to do that. So we get a different room. We get 2 separate rooms, which once you get in those rooms, it's like, these rooms are fucking tiny. I'm like, Dad, you thought you were gonna fit 4 fucking people in here? Jesus Christ. Those rooms are tiny, dude. Oh so we get it figured out, and then my dad's like, all right, let's chill for like an hour. And I'm like, I want to go to fucking Apple, which was in Shibuya, and we're like train wise like 40 minutes away. And I was like, okay, I still got time. I can make it for the last 3 hours or something. And by the time we're finally going, because I'm like, I know we're comfortable and we had a long flight, but I really want to go to this. And you know, first time Japan, I didn't want to go by myself, so I'm just waiting for my parents. Finally, we were just like, okay, let's go. We take the train to Shibuya, and when we get to Shibuya, I didn't fucking realize that Shibuya is a fucking still in construction nightmare. And like, even with Google Maps, I'm like, dude, how the fuck do I get to this thing? Because I was trying to like cross the roads, but they're doing construction, so you have to go up through the mall that's connected to the fucking station that crosses the road, and then it was like a fucking maze. And I'm like, dude, I have like a fucking hour to find this place because the event was gonna end in an hour. And by the time I finally fucking found it, I told my parents, I'm like, I'm gonna look for this. You guys do your own thing. They just like grabbed a beer and food and whatever. Finally found this fucking place, and it was the last 20 minutes. And I'm messaging not EU Cheesecake, but my friend KSK, which I just named Cheesecake myself because when I say Keisuke really fast, it sounds like cheesecake. I just call him Cheesecake. It's a cute nickname.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So I'm like messaging him, and I'm like, I'm on the way. And I know I'm at the right spot because I see the Apple posters. I'm like, I fucking made it. And I know exactly who Cheesecake is because I see this like, this Japanese man just like frantically looking up and down at his phone. And I'm like, that's him. He's waiting for me. And I was like, Cheesecake, and he's like, Arekusu, sugoi, and like we're hugging each other. I was like, I made it, and I'm pulling out my fucking yen that I fucking got from the ATM, and I'm like shaking. I'm like, I just need. He's like, don't worry about it. So he fucking brings me in, and we go in there, and he's like, Yossi's there, and I meet Yossi, and even though the backlit bit bookie mic wasn't there, same fucking laugh, and when she's like, Arekusu, I'm like, oh my god, it's the real thing, dude. I'm 5'5". We're both 5'5". We're tiny, right, dude? Yossi. I mean, it's Japan, but like people are shorter there and stuff, right? But Yossi, I swear, she had to be like, I think she had to have been like 5'5", 5'3" at most, dude. she like jumped on me and I fucking like grabbed her and like she was like hugging me so tight that she was like like her feet were dangling as I was holding her, dude. It was so cute, dude.
Oh my god,
dude, I could do a whole episode
it's
about.
so cool to show up to places like that and like have people know you and you feel like yeah, it's like yeah, they like me.
Oh, dude,
Exactly.
I mean this with like pure fact, dude. The Japanese love me, especially Psyapple. All the Psyapple friends I've made. I mean, most of my JP friends are through Psyapple. There's a lot of people that are like not as active these days that still go to the IRL stuff. Like we have this one guy named Toys Plays is his username. I believe he lives up in Hokkaido last I remember, unless he moved. So he was obviously because transportation is fucking goated over there, and you can just get from Hokkaido to whatever. I don't know. He was in Tokyo Shibuya specifically for the IRL Psyapple event, and I knew who he was because the dude looks like he looks like human Snorlax. You know how Snorlax is designed after like one of the developers? That dude looks like fucking Snorlax. I love that motherfucker. And I was like, Toys? He's like, Arekasu. So we're like hyping it up or whatever. Of course, we only have like 20 minutes. So he's like, let's take a drink. Everyone want to take a drink with me. We're like speed running this shit. He's like, you want to smoke a cigarette with me? I'm like, oh, this is so soon. Okay, we go in the fucking private smoking room, and I'm over here smoking with a fucking online friend I've known for 2 years. This is awesome. So, event ends because I was there for the last 20 minutes. And because as stereotypical as it is, but I've set myself up for this. My whole logo is like cheeseburgers, and that is like my character. But it's funny how the Japanese will be like, oh, Arekasu, he loves hamburgers. Hamaga daisuki, It's so like American stereotypical, but it's true. So when the event was done, they're like, Alex, are you hungry? I'm like, dude, I'm fucking starving. I'm starving. They're like, where do you want to go? What food do you want? I'm like, I want Japanese food. This is literally my first night in Japan. I want Japanese food. And he's like, he's like, I know what to do. And he takes me to a hamburger steak restaurant. Like, the Japanese hamburger steaks?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is awesome because it's something I would like, but it's also Japanese food because I've never had a hamburger steak. And it's funny because they're all looking at the menu, and I'm like, I think most of it was in like hiragana, katakana, so I was able to like kind of read. And then I read one that's like, Daburu dekai hamburger steaky is like the big size, and there's even a picture for it. And I'm like, I want that one. And it was also my first time realizing, dude, food and drinks are fucking cheap in Japan because that shit was like $5 for like the giga size, right? It was $5 for like the giga size, and that shit was like bigger than a pre-nerf Big Mac in the States. Like that shit was massive. No, well, like it was big compared to whatever they got, and for $5, like $5 you pay that for a fucking double cheeseburger over here. Like the dollar menu stuff in the States is like $4 now, dude. A fucking hash brown at McDonald's in the States is like $4 now. The economy is going to shit.
Oh my god, you're right.
Gotta move to Japan one day.
I can't believe it. I have $4 for a hash brown. I can't believe it.
So, anyways, I ordered like the big, like the supersized fucking double hamburger steak, and they're like, Hontoni? They're like, are you sure you can eat that? I'm like, I'm hungry, dude. I don't care. I'm hungry. Dude, they're all eating their tiny little hamburger steaks. I fucking I vacuumed that shit, and they're like impressed. I'm like, should I be proud of being fat? Like they're really into this. They thought it was impressive. And I'm like, and I tell them, I'm like, dude, I'm still hungry. And they're like, Hontoni suike. Oh my god, dude, it was so fun, dude. I'm glad my first day in Japan was so hectic, but it was great. It was a very good memory. And I never saw Yossi again because I was too shy to reach out to her and be like, do you want to grab a beer? But I was also shackled because I was with my parents most of the time, so I didn't want to be like I am with my parents. A few of the days I like deviated from them, and those are probably the most fun days because
this time we're gonna be all on our own. We can do whatever we want.
Can't wait.
For free,
dude.
We can wander into any restaurant. We can float into any steak hamburger place that you like, and you can start floating towards that bitch. It's okay. Nothing's gonna stop us.
No one's judging me. No one's trying to be in charge. It's kind of funny because my dad's like, "Here's the game plan. we're gonna walk around. I'm like, I want to do this today. Okay. No, fair enough. My dad actually did have some things to do. Like we went to like, not Tokyo Tower. What was it called? Fucking Skytree Tower. Some big ass fucking tower in Tokyo, which was cool.
Yeah.
But definitely a tourist attraction. It was stressful, but cool. But now it's just gonna be so nice. I don't have to follow and do stuff. I'm free. I'm fucking free, dude. Cause not in a possessive way. Just you're going with your parents. You're kind of trying to not deviate too much in a country you've never been to before, you know. Which obviously I learned quickly. It's very easy to get around in Japan. But oh my god, dude, I couldn't go to McDonald's without my dad fucking giving me slack, dude. He'd be like, "You going to McDonald's in Japan?" I'm like, "Dude, you don't get it. I need to try this." He's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Can I just fucking have this moment?" And then I got the fucking I'm looking at the menu and I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck? They have a fucking shrimp fillet and that shit was gas, dude. That shit was so gas. Oh my god."
I'm thinking of that Surf's Up quote where, you know, Alex is this, Alex is that, Alex is me, bro. Let me be me.
Alex is me, bro.
That's how you want to be.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude.
That's how you want to be.
This trip is going to be miles beyond more fun than my first time, which was very fun, but it just, going with, doing anything with family, specifically family, is a little shackling.
I get to see all my favorite people and wander around,
dude.
Be an idiot, and drink in public.
Drink in public. Oh, we're drinking in public. Absolutely, dude. I was drinking in public every fucking day. I remember fucking the last night I was able to do anything. There was a club 15 minutes away, walking distance from where my hotel was in. I think it wasn't Shibuya. I was in what's the other place that starts with an S? It's close to the Godzilla head, I think. Oh my god, what is it called? Fucking, maybe it is Shibuya. Whatever.
Shabu.
So something. Well, it's somewhere. It's in Tokyo, anyways. Part of Tokyo. And there's a club 15 minutes away. And took my pre-nap. Woke up. Dude, I went to the Konbini. I got myself a little sandwich. I got myself a strong zero and a monster. So I downed the monster immediately because I wanted to be up.
Whoa.
And I'm just drinking the fucking strong zero while I'm walking there. And it was cool. And then I got there, I was ready to go. I'm like, Reika, let's party. It was great.
Let's do it.
I feel
That's
like
so awesome.
dude, I feel like such an American because like I had the same reaction in Japan, and recently when I went to the Netherlands, I had the same reaction. And a lot of the Europeans are like, dude, it's a fucking train. I'd be like, dude, transportation's so cool. You could actually walk from here to here. And like a lot of people are like, yeah, it's a train. You know, you've never seen a train. I'm like, no, dude, you actually don't get it. We don't have that here. We have to fucking pay fucking Progressive like fucking $200 a fucking month for fucking car insurance that doesn't cover you shit, just so you can fucking drive 20 minutes just to go to your favorite fucking restaurant. In fucking Japan or Europe, you can, take a train or a walking distance. Everything's walking distance. It's nice. I'm
gonna have tons of moments like that in America. Don't you worry. In a year in America, when I come to see you or whatever, I'm gonna be pointing out things that you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know, I thought that was normal. There's gonna be so much of that. Like I already think that like the how you guys have like street lights, but they hang from wires is like strange. That's strange to me.
Where do they hang for you guys?
We have poles everywhere. I've never seen that in Australia.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but you guys have like those wires that like hold them up, and I'm like, what the hell? What the hell?
You know what? I'm starting to understand what you mean. Where I'm like, dude, kangaroos are so cool, and you're like, okay, buddy, they're literally just animals. And I'm like, but we don't have those here. You're over here like, dude, you guys don't have poles for fucking stop signs. And I'm like, why is this your highlight? Why is it? I thought you were gonna say something crazy. Like, damn, you guys have fucking. I can't think of something funny right now, but.
We have a lot of strange things. We have the biggest everything. We have like the biggest banana and stuff like that.
Is spider season a real thing, or is that some like Reddit meme?
Spider season? I mean, I guess it's not. There's not really. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right on this. I'm not educated exactly. What do I look like? A fucking spider expert just because I'm Australian chap. But I would say during the rainy season, you're gonna see more spiders kind of in your house because they don't want to get rained on, so they kind of crawl into people's houses.
Right.
So obviously you see more bugs in your house during like the summer. Right. But
oh, dude.
I don't know. I ain't John Spider. I don't know.
I'm gonna be a tourist when I go to fucking Australia, dude. I'm gonna make a bingo card and I'm gonna be dressed up like a safari man. I'm gonna embarrass you.
Good. That's what I want.
One roadkill kangaroo off my list. Ooh, I almost got a bingo. And you're like, Alex, put it away.
I can't wait. I'm gonna take you to the zoo in my city, and you're gonna fucking lose your mind because you're gonna see animals and bugs and things that you didn't know existed.
Probably things I've never knew existed. Because when you think of Australia as an American, you think what? Koala, kangaroos.
There's a lot more than that, yeah. It's more like I think the most fascinating part is like the bugs and like the lizards. Lots of funny lizards.
Oh, don't you guys have Komodo dragons over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, those things are scary. I didn't know they could, like, if they bite you or get their saliva on you, like, you fucking die. Did you know that?
What? They don't have, like, fucking, like, acid saliva. They're not that scary.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I know, like, if they eat something, like, that shit dissolves quick, or... No, I might be right. It? Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Okay, chat, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or something. I don't know, my bad. But I swear I saw a video where like a Komodo dragon, if it like bites you or something, like the venom just deteriorates something. I think it was an experimental video. Yes, they gave a Komodo dragon a like piece of steak. They let him bite it, and then they left it alone for like 10 hours, and the steak was like turning different colors and just like fucking. Not disintegrating like acid, but it was like getting... Okay.
You're explaining it like if I got bit by a Komodo dragon, my skin's gonna get stuck on... and like... That's why you're explaining. You're scaring me there. I was like, I didn't know they could do that.
I mean, that's what it looked like. Okay, not like dissolve, but like it starts to rot.
Not that fast, but over time, yes, they might. Maybe, I don't know. I've never seen one. I don't know.
The fuck? You've never seen a Komodo
That's
dragon?
They are not normal. No. No. I've seen a statue of one. That doesn't count. I'm sorry. Okay. I just wanted to feel included.
I need to make a checklist of things I need to show you when you're in the States. Obviously. I don't know if we're getting into it in the first episode.
Off topic.
What was the original topic? I don't even know what we're talking about.
We're about to be introducing ourselves and talking about how we met, and then we're talking about Japan, and now we're talking about like the States and like what we're gonna do when we hang out.
Part of the introduction, dude. Me and Chibi were Mr. and Mrs. Worldwide, dude. We be traveling and shit.
At least. Yeah, we do, and we can't wait to travel even more. I feel like that's gonna be the future of our friendship. Is that we're just gonna fucking travel a ton.
That's what I want to do.
I can't wait. Japan, then I'm seeing you in America, and then I don't know. Fuck it. Next thing, Euro trip. Like I just want to start. I just want to do shit.
Let's go to Germany, dude, or something.
I want to go to Germany and see the cathedral so bad.
The cathedral beer. I can have a beer.
And you know how much I love cathedrals. You know it. There's so many cathedrals, and I want to go to Venice. I want to go to Venice because they have that one cathedral that I really like. I don't remember the name of.
I never got to go to Italy when I went to Europe like 15 years ago with my family. We just kind of like Germany, the UK, France. We like did like a speed run of like a Europe trip, right? And Italy was the one place I wanted to go to that we didn't go to. So I still have Italy on my check mark.
And you got to travel your whole life. What?
Well, to be fair, I was younger and didn't care about traveling when I was younger because I was like ignorant. I was like, I want to spend my summer vacation playing video games. Reggie Fils-Aimé just announced the Nintendo 3DS. This shit sucks. I don't want to be here. But like,
dude, that's crazy because you know me, 23 now, and I have never left my country.
I know that's gonna be so going to Japan's gonna be the first time.
I'm gonna be so mind blown when I go to Japan. I'm gonna be fucking tweaking. Oh my god,
dude. Oh, you're gonna. So there's like you've traveled before but still visiting another country culture shock, and then there's just like you've never traveled outside of your country in general and you're gonna get culture shock.
Exactly. I've traveled to different cities in Australia and been mind blown at that. And everywhere in Australia, Australians know it looks the fucking same. All right. You can go all the way over to the other side, and it's like, yeah, it's just still Australia. Like, it ain't that different.
Have you at least rode a plane before, or you've never been on a plane?
Yes, I've been on a plane.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I went on my first plane recently to go to Cairns.
Oh, is that when you and Mama went on that little vacation?
Yep. But it was only just a domestic plane. 1 hour. I watched One Piece the whole time.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Ooh. No, don't get me started on One Piece.
No, I know. I was like, my brain ticked, and I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. I did the I show speed face. I did
One Piece is mentioned as like flashes, like.
Dude, you said One Piece, and I hit this shit. I was like, dude, I can't talk about One Piece if you don't get me started. We'll have to do an episode where it's all One Piece, because if you bring that shit up,
an episode ain't enough. This is gonna be multiple.
Oh my god. I
think there could be an episode after each arc I finish. We could yap about that arc specifically.
Good idea. We should do, when you're done with pre-time skip, we should do a whole episode of just about pre-time skip in general.
Oh my god.
Man, so now we're thinking.
Also, One Piece. Anyway,
I was gonna say segueing out of One Piece with One Piece is, I think, because of you and Mao Mao getting into One Piece.
Mao Mao's my wife, by the way.
I love Mao Mao. He likes me. But I think One Piece might be one of the segues of me getting to know Mao Mao more, and like a conversation starter. It's a good conversation starter, I think, you know?
It is. And especially when because Mao Mao, whenever they think about something, whenever they're really into something, especially like an anime or a game, it's like a hyperfixation of theirs. So they could talk about it for hours, you know? They love it.
Dude, sometimes they'll be in my DMs talking about like One Piece, and I'm like, shit.
Well, yeah, because you're the One Piece guy. You are the One Piece guy.
I am. Dude,
what do you have Luffy on your shirt?
Yeah, Gear 5th Luffy. You know what's funny? People that don't keep up with the anime and see this and know it's Luffy, because even if you're not into One Piece, everyone knows this is Luffy if you're in the anime community. So people that like aren't up to date with anime and can't tell the silhouette is like the Gear 5th Luffy and all that shit. I've had some people be like, "Isn't that the Juggalo logo?" And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!"
The hell is that?
I don't know. I think it's some band or something. What's the Juggalo from?
I have no idea.
Look it up later. Look Juggalo silhouette, and they're like, "Oh, it's the Juggalo." I'm like, "No, it's not the Juggalo." It sounds so weird out of context, since you know. I mean, I barely know what it is. I'm confused when people are like, "Oh, it's the fucking." I don't know. Is that the Insane Clown Posse, or is that something? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
No, dude, I didn't realize what it was until a while later. I was like, "Oh, that's Luffy."
Oh, you didn't know what this was originally, really?
When I first saw it, no, I thought it was like, oh god, like I thought it was like Bendy. I'm not gonna lie, like some Bendy in the Ink Machine shit.
Oh my god, I always forget that he's just been here for so long. That I forget.
Did you forget he was there?
Wait, what?
Did you forget he was there?
No, like I just don't think about it. Like like it's been there for so long that it's like, oh yeah, it's Luffy, which is a very, very low key conversation starter on my clothes. Like people see that and they're like, oh, you like One Piece, and it's like, they feel comfortable approaching me about One Piece, and then, then we start yapping about One Piece. So
maybe I need to put more stuff like that on me. My hyperfixation is too niche, man.
What's your hyperfixation? Skyrim?
Skyrim, but Blackrock Shooter a lot as well.
Oh,
that's the thing. Remember, this icon is inspired from that.
Right.
If a true Blackrock Shooter fan sees this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's Insane Blackrock Shooter's Broken Star," and I'll be like, "You got it."
Whoa.
And then I'm gonna probably kiss them on the lips because they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did not know that was a Black Star Shooter reference. I don't know anything about it. I just know, wasn't it? It started as a music video and then it got like an anime or something, right?
Yeah. So it used to be a music video by Hatsune Miku, and then Huke I think it was Huke originally like was just like, what if? He was like so obsessed with the character. Sorry, I need to find my charger. He was so obsessed with the character and all that, and he was like, I want to make a whole thing about this. And because it's like, imagine if someone was like so obsessed with like Hatsune Miku that they were like, oh, I'm gonna turn into an anime. Like that's basically it, and that's what people did.
Gotcha.
Like, it's basically what people did. The OVA did. Anyway, the OVA did so well. That's the only reason I got an anime, because the OVA was peak.
Oh.
We should watch the OVA together. When I first finally actually get you into that, I'm gonna make you watch the OVA first, because the OVA is low-key almost better than the anime in some ways.
Yeah, I'm down.
You'll see. And then I can fucking yap to you about that, like the way you yapped to me about One Piece. But anyway, that's off topic.
We'll get into it.
That's my thing. That's
also,
my thing.
That's
Skyrim.
Believe it or not, I remember you were saying, we'll do 30, 40 minutes. I don't know what we'll talk about, dude. We're 50 minutes into this podcast. But
we're 50 minutes in!
Yes, we are.
Oh, no! Okay, let's wrap it up.
You want to wrap things up?
I want to wrap things up. Unless... so I think what we should talk about is probably like... kind of stuff that we want to do with the podcast. It's not that it really fucking matters. Honestly, this place is kind of just like a personal diary for me and Alex more than anything.
Right.
I think we're just gonna come here and just fucking yap, and we're just like, oh my god, what's better than a place that we can re-experience our stupid fucking ass conversations.
Right.
But what we do want to do though is that we want to have guests, but we do want to have like specific guests and talk about like we're gonna talk about probably like a lot of content creator shit, honestly, like VR chat content creator fucking bullshit probably most of the time, I feel like, because that's something, because it literally is the reason we met. It's a huge thing that keeps us like in touch, because Alex is just like, I want to make some schlep with you, and I'm like, you got it, boss. So you know,
I think this podcast doesn't really have like a, I don't know if I'm paraphrasing this like right. Like for me, it's never had like a definitive purpose. It's more like a creative outlet to, one, give us something to do and more content to put out. Me and Shibi, the way we talk here is how we talk in real life. If we were not in front of a camera, this is literally how we'd be talking like normally. And kind of like the skit, not as dramatically, for the introduction to this podcast. I mean, that's kind of how it started, at least in my head, where like me and Shibi would just, whether it's a deep conversation or just good conversation, I'm like, dude, people would listen to this. Or at least I didn't think so until like I mentioned, what was it? When I did the long form video recently about the fucking photography, and one of my mutuals was like, dude, if you did a podcast, I would listen to that. And I was like, if only you knew what I'm cooking here. But yeah, anyways, it's like a creative outlet to just talk and be able to present it and stuff. And what I like about this is because I feel like a lot of people are going to think like, oh, like a VR chat podcast. You guys are going to talk about like VR chat or something. It's like, I mean, yeah, it'll come up, you know, but like, I think me and my friends, me and Shibi, and people we will eventually bring on here are, we're friends because of VR chat, but we like, it's not only because of VR chat. Like we have so many interests and things. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's like the podcast will be about literally fucking anything. There is no like fucking set boundaries on what we'll be talking about or whatever, and that's what I'm excited for. That's why there's specific people I want to bring on that's going to be like really exciting to bring on. Like I actually want to bring on Reiko one of these days. That'd be fun.
Exactly. Yeah, no, honestly, like my closest friends on here aren't even like, we're not friends because of VR chat, and VR chat isn't like a thing that we talk about. It's more just like we usually have like a lot more like in common or like a special interest that's like that keeps us together. It's not just fucking VR chat.
Right.
Honestly. I don't know. I was prepared for these days, you know. I was brought up in bullshit ass chat rooms on the internet, so VR chat's just another one of those in the end to me.
Right.
It's just another way to meet cool people online, honestly.
So I'm saying for me, the peak of this game recently, very recently, of course, has been like, you know, meeting friends, making very close connections, and then meeting people in real life. which I had already been doing for maybe like the last 3 years. I had some people visit me within the States. It's been getting more exciting, like leaving the country and meeting people in Japan, meeting people in the Netherlands recently. And it's like, dude, this is awesome. It's like VR chat, not because of VR chat, but VR chat was the outlet that, the reason why I ended up having a reason. It gave me a reason to like travel the world and like meet people. Like the peak of this game is meeting the people in real life that you make, like meeting, like making the bonds and then actually meeting them in real life, exploring different countries and cultures and eating food and laughing in real life. Oh, dude, breaking bread in person just hits so different, dude. Like, you know, we can cheers in game and be like, I'm gonna grab food and we're talking while we're eating. It's completely different and so surreal. Like breaking bread with like people you love, like in person, is so just hits different, dude.
I can't wait. Then I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Even though I say it's like, you know, just another chat room, it's like I met my wife here, so you know, fuck it. I guess it is like, it is some rules important. But I honestly, I'll say that for
I was gonna say we gotta save that
like
for
don't like about it more.
We're gonna do a Mau Mau guest episode. I would love to hear. We can literally just do a deep dive about how y'all met, and I'll be the middleman. Like, yeah, it's interesting.
Love to.
Be cool. And I also love hearing stories of like what people do here. I've tried to get so many people into VR chat. Probably best that people don't stay interested sometimes. But like a lot of people, like they think VR chat and they think trolling, silly, fun world games. The peak of this game for me, like in the game, is like it's in the fucking name of the game, VR chat. I like using this game to chat with people and talk. So, you know, it makes sense to fucking have a podcast in a game that's all about, I don't know, fucking socializing, you know?
There is one thing I want to say, actually. Sorry, this is not gonna, we're not wrapping up this fucking podcast, but I want to say this so bad. So, funny enough, before I got into VR chat, my hyperfixation, my main thing, thousands and thousands of hours. Do you know what it was? It was GTA 5 Online. And you want to know why? Literally because all I did in GTA 5 Online was I would go into lobbies and I would just talk to people. That's all I did. I would just go there and I would make friends with people. And that's why I guess I was like really fucking... Oh, and when I got my PC, I started playing like Rust, right? Because that was like one of the biggest reasons like me and my friends wanted to get a PC, because we wanted to play like shitty games like Rust and shit. Right. And again, Rust, the funnest part about Rust fucking sucks, but the funnest part was just talking to people and like showing up at their bases and like talking to them through walls and be like, hey, what's going on, buddy? You know, like that shit was so funny to me. So I was like, oh man, VR chat is what I need to try. I have to try VR chat. And honestly, I got on this game just to fucking troll and do all that shit, and I did.
Yeah, I was. Look at me now.
The pipeline.
The pipeline. Yeah, I got interested in it because of the fucking. First it was like the Uganda Knuckles meme back in like, dude, what was that? 2017, right? 18?
Yeah, I used to watch that content as well. I grew up watching like Drumsy and Hey I'm B. Oh, I was obsessed with Hey I'm B. I used to love her VR videos. That was so funny.
It's just so crazy. Like it was either that or like the wholesome interview videos. There's the one video with like the kid that's playing with the guy and he's like a cat avatar, and he's like, what kind of advice are you leaving for the audience? And he's like, be nice, don't do bad. Do you know what video I'm talking about?
I think I do. I know one of the main ones I always think about is the make a hamburger country.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, the big hamburger country girl. Yeah. So it was like, I think like a combination of like the silly videos, the troll videos, and the big hamburger country. I was like, wait, I can meet people like, maybe I can make like a JP friend or something. It was like a little combination of everything. So when I joined the game, it was just very like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know you could make avatars.
Where'd you go when you first got on?
So there's two first time stories. The first one was back when I lived in that apartment in like 2017, 18.
Oh, really? Holy.
And it was like a one time, because okay, this is why I say there's two first times. There's the first time in 2017, 2018. I booted up and I went to that what's that one like old-fashioned giant house? It's like the rich people house that has like the pizza box. If I find it,
around back then, but yeah,
it's a big world. And I went there, and there's a Uganda Knuckles that was like, Yes. What would you like me to put on the TV? And I was like, this is cool, I guess. And he was like role playing, being like this homeowner that was like, be comfortable, man. And I was just like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I don't know what to do, and I left. This is like the first public lobby I ever went to. My second experience was at the end of 2019. I believe it was January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Around July, I think. No, it was September. I'm stupid. It was the 21st night of September. I woke up, and technically it was the 23rd, but it was 2 in the morning. I woke up. I was going through a lot, which is a story for another day. So I woke up like depressed because my sleep schedule was all fucked. I lost my job. I lost everything. I didn't have anything at the time, and I was living with my parents. So I woke up at like 2 in the morning because my sleep schedule was so fucked. And I was like, I don't know what led me to it, because I never touched VRChat again. It was like a year and a half passed since I had touched it. And it was like that one and done for like 20 minutes, and I got bored. So I wake up 2 a.m. and I'm like, I still have it installed. And I knew one of my friend's mutuals, Melon's boyfriend at the time, was really into VRChat. But I never played with them still. And I was like, why do I don't know. I don't know what it was. I was like, I booted it up. I was like, fuck it, why not? And I joined Rest and Sleep, that like blue world that they've changed so much since then. And I met my first VRChat friend from there, and the rest is fucking history. That's how I met my first original group and everything. And from those early experiences,
you played so much earlier than me. Holy.
Really? Have I been playing before you?
Yeah, I only picked up. I picked up VRChat in 2021. My first world was Midnight Rooftop. Wait, Black Cat and like Midnight Rooftop. Midnight Rooftop. Yeah, I met my first friends in Midnight Rooftop.
I don't remember how old Midnight Rooftop is, but I swear, like, I feel like I remember when Midnight Rooftop was like kind of new, I think.
Oh, that was his name. Sorry, I was trying to remember the first fucking friend I ever made in VRChat. Oh my god, I miss him so much. He was a little German guy, and his name was Mick D, and he was really funny. And I never thought I was ever gonna make a friend in VRChat, because all I was doing was like really running around, just fucking listening to conversations and trolling people here and there, making fun of people and all that. I was a bitch. Anyway,
still are. Just kidding. I love you.
Anyway, there was this guy, and he was talking about cars with some other guy. And then me, being the bitch that I was like, your taste in cars fucking sucks, man. Just like egging him on. And then somehow we had this argument about like what's better, like Ford or Holden or whatever the fuck, because he was like, oh, you're Australian, what do you know about cars? And we're talking about like Ford and Holden. And somehow that I was like, man, this guy's kind of chill. And then we ended up being like really actually close. We like hung out all the time.
Oh, dude,
and that was the first friend I hung out in VRChat. Yeah, his name was Mick D, and our whole entire friendship was based off cars.
Interesting.
And remember, this is right after I was a mechanic, so I was still very like in that car hyperfixation era.
Oh, the Shibi world building is so yummy, dude.
Plus everything else that was going on, which you already know about.
Right. Oh god, your lore is insane, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell you more about my first VRChat experience later, since it would literally take hours. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you who is my first VRChat friend?
I think you did. Who?
He's in my server. He's not active ever, because he, like, over the last few years, finally just locked in and got a job in a house and everything. I'm so proud of him. But his name's Jin. He's in the server. He's one of the fucking OG mods.
Jin?
Yeah, his name's Jin.
Oh wow, that's cool. I drink gin.
It's spelled Jin. It used to be Jintazu, but God, that's how long ago it is. Back then, his full name was Jintazu, and then he just shortened it to Jin. And we got so fucking close, dude. That was like
Those are the best names, when they used to be long, and then people shortened it for you, and then you were like, fuck it, I like that more. That's what mine is.
Yeah, because I used to call him Jim. I'd be like, Jin. That was like again, you know how we do the whole, like, Alex is the older one, but he looks up to everyone like they're the older figures. That's what I did to Jin. Jin was like 3-4 years younger than me, but I looked up to him. Also, again, when I was going through a lot of stuff, so that poor boy, still to this day, sometimes has to fucking deal with me fucking if I have like an episode or something. But back then when I was going through all my shit, I cried to that boy like all the fucking time. He was always there for me. Very patient guy.
Be a great guest sometime, I guess.
One of these days, yeah, I would love to get him on here.
But we're gonna wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Let's do it. I was like, if you let me talk about my first VR chat friend, that could be a whole nother fucking 30 minutes.
No. We're wrapping it up.
we have hit an hour and 5 minutes at this point, so it's
fuck. Okay, double. Ah, fuck! It's our first episode. This is such a bad start. Okay. Have fun editing that, Alex. An hour of footage.
I'll be fine. I'll have fun with it. Anyway, so you know, this is the first time we've done this. So how are we wrapping this up? You wanna take the lead? Since you want to wrap it up so badly, why don't you?
Well, that's it, folks. That'll be it for tonight, folks. Oh, I wish I could do like an In the Night Garden ending. Oh, you don't know what In the Night Garden is? Like you know where they like say like did you ever have like those kids channels on TV, and then they would shut off before like late at night, and they'd be like, "It's time to go to sleep, kiddies. Everything," and then they'd like read a little story or a little nursery rhyme, and then the fucking channel would shut down. Did you ever have that?
I don't know if that's an Australian thing. In America, it's just like Cartoon Network would end, and then Adult Swim would go on, and it would just raw dog into fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh no, we had like a thing where it was like well, that's it, it's good night, and then there'd be like the good night owl that shows up, and then he'd be like, hoot hoot, it's time to go to sleep.
The fuck?
And it'd be like hella sleepy vibes. Yeah. I don't know. This is unrelated. Bye.
Okay, so we just vlog it. Bye. Thank you. We will attempt to do this bi-weekly. Maybe. I'm guessing it's gonna be a rough start, but we'll get to it and we'll try to stay on schedule.
Bi-weekly. We can do bi-weekly. We're not that useless. We can do it. Just...
All right. Bye bye. Thanks for listening.
Bye bye.